So in retrospect, I probably should have done this before the short, but the short just entertained me so much with how unbelievably cheap this game can be. On the harder mode, of course. It's not nearly as bad on normal mode. On normal mode, it's much more manageable, to say the least. This is so wonderful. Although Twin Snakes was pretty hardcore with the graphical upgrades, the lack of the original voice cast really hurts. With their accents and all the little things that made them the characters they were. The personalities remain, of course, but little touches, little cultural touches, things of that nature, are never a bad thing. But, back to the regular game. Anybody who's played Metal Gear Solid is going to remember the long-ass codec conversations, which became unbelievably long cutscenes by the end of the series.
What's the situation, Snake?
Now, some people don't like that. I personally do, in most instances. Some of the codec conversations, cutscenes, aren't as good, but it's almost like playing a movie, and I'm sure other people have made that comparison before. But you'll notice, unlike hard mode, you now have the old radar, which I believe appeared in Metal Gear 2, but I don't know. You can see where enemies are, you can see where their line of sight goes. You have no camouflage. And they will pick up on sounds, breathing, things of that nature. You have to be careful in such an old game of where you go. It's very interesting to see how much they were able to do. This fuckhole just would not move. Now, my friend Aaron, who played the game, is much more stealthy than I was when I played through the game. When I played through the game, I killed I don't know how many people. I killed these guys. I actually broke their necks rather than try to evade them. That's just a stylistic thing. In fact, Aaron's way is probably much more efficient than mine was. I was just an aggressive-ass motherfucker who really enjoyed hearing the neck snap. And considering in this game there's no body, they actually fucking disappear. You know, Scotty beams them up or some shit. It's very, very doable to actually go through this game and kill everything. It's not as doable in later ones, where you actually have to worry about corpse or blood smears or shit like that. You should be able to jump into that forklift and run his fucking ass over. There should be, like, intestines and brains and shit exploding everywhere when you do it. But that's just a perverted, sadistic little fantasy of mine. Not actually, but maybe actually, because I like God of War, and they have shit like that in there. I shit myself the first time I got to this point, because I didn't realize that it was just the elevator coming down and not an alarm. And so I got caught and promptly fucked. I remember that very clearly. It was not a high moment in my Metal Gear career. And like all Metal Gear games, there's this... I think all Metal Gear games have basically a tiny little prologue sort of sequence. Something that's set apart from the regular mission. The first one's prologue is essentially just an introduction to what you're going to be experiencing. And then Snake totally strips down to nothing and shows you his dong, and the game ends. Yeah. Metal fucking Gear Solid. That's the real name, but they had to censor it for the American release.